I remember during the Gamers Galaxy Brewmaster, I was very impressed the way FBZ played it. I think they ran it once or twice throughout the tournament, and if someone can make it work, it's definitely him.
Yeah, I have to agree also, especially when I saw the TA and I see like a physical damage core. I think there's some things that people like. Brewmaster's not seen too often, but he has pretty insane evasion mechanics too that kick in with your Drunken Brawler when you are playing versus like something like TA, when you Drunken Brawl yourself and get on top of her. You're also a Refraction Burner, and at the end of the day, you are like the king of team fight. I used to say that about Darkseer a lot, but Brew he's always been that one. So yeah, it looks really strong, and I just... You know, whenever I see Bane picked into a Baden too, I'm always just like, they didn't have a better option there. And then when I see Lifestealer picked versus the Brew, I'm just like, yeah, I know most carry heroes were banned, but is Lifestealer really your best pick there? Like,
yeah, I'll go back to that. Using Mischief to dodge the Illuminate, that's a lot of value. And yeah, I feel like there is definitely a better pick other than the Lifestealer. We can't complain. We wanted them to pick something different. They did, sure. And you're still not satisfied?
No, yeah, I guess we're bullies. I guess we're a bit mean. I've never really been a big Lifestealer fan myself in quite a long time after all like these changes and nerfs and BKB, and you feel like you don't really do too much damage on this hero unless you're literally into like Tiny or some super strength core. I didn't see it this game, right? The only thing I saw was what we saw: Storm, we saw Brewmaster, we saw Abba. I'm just not feeling where it's like, damn, this is the killer Lifestealer game, right?
Definitely. It's just the hero needs to be last pick, in my opinion, and as you said, ooh, Tim's diving a little bit, but he's gonna be okay. Bane does have a healing salve, so does Tim's, and this is also a killer lane for Boom. Brewmaster and Jakiro, a lot of slow, have spells that they can ignite him. I mean, Liquid Fire is already a spell that can ignite people. Remember when we had this Pokemon stuff in Dota? Oh god.
Need a fire spell to ignite the Brew. Oh, jeez.
Like, which spells were actually fire spells? Like, was everything from Lena, like, fire? Did we actually, like, go deep into that? Or was it just, like, a meme for a short period of time?
I don't even remember. I just remember I picked Phoenix with it because I know Phoenix worked. I don't know anything else that worked. I was like, fire hero? Okay, we're good.
Templar Assassin doing well on a mid lane. 13 CS, 1 deny. Yopaj, he invested a lot of HP and mana early on just to get his bottle, and now he's sitting at half HP. I don't think he should die to Templar Assassin, but Alacrity is doing a very good job with the side blades.
It's hitting him with all of them. These are beautiful from Alacrity. And, I mean, we didn't really get to touch on those lanes too much, but I think the biggest one that we need to look at is that top lane. It is the Monkey King last pick because they saw the DK pick. So we know that this DK, he's going to really suffer. Mizu, only 4 last hits right now, and I can imagine it's just going to get harder and harder for him versus...
Yeah, it's going to be miserable for him in this lane.
Yep. Especially with Jackie just getting the mischiefs off, just dodging out those Illuminates, as you mentioned.
They do have a kill threat. Monkey also with the Boots of Speed, Orb of Venom, Abba with some extra slow. 1-1-1 build so far on Jackie. I want to see more points in Jingu just to have that extra sustain in this lane. At least 1 point. Oh, this might be
damage.
A bit problematic. And I mean, he's not gonna die. Scam does have a healing salve, so gonna pop it. And shield on top of that.
He did get, what, like 4 or 5 last hits, I think, on Mizu there. But yeah, you still see 23-10 on Monkey King. And now, Shokam stepped up a bit far. He might just die here, Jackie. He's got the extra to connect. Yep. Oh, Scam gets...
Oh, Scam's
shield explodes.
I was like, how did he get it? And Bane is gonna drop as well eventually. But yeah, that was a fun one.
Oh? Is he gonna... He lives and he pulls them so far out of the lane as well, too. Nicely done.
Is that worth it? I mean, you're giving Lifestealer some free XP, but so is Brewmaster. Like, he's getting some extra CS.
I think it was because the Brew is actually chasing for some time, so Lifestealer I think got like maybe like 2 free waves or something like that. It looks good, and you know I guess this is the main reason. You know, that Lifestealer versus Brew matchup is the reason that they won it. But I'm still like, was that the best pick in the entirety of the game? I can understand in the laning phase, but even then, it's like so many heroes do well versus Brew in laning phase. So I'm gonna really wait to see what the idea is behind this Lifestealer, because it's not even like he has delivery mechanisms like we used to see these infests or anything like that. So. Really curious.
Lane, Jakiro's making a rotation. That's gonna be a lot of overtime damage. Yopaj doing the body block sleep on Bane. Yeah, that's gonna be enough.
Now Tim's might actually go down.
Storm Spirit thinking about going in. Abba is behind him. Seems like they want Bane instead, but very limited on mana. Trap misses. Keeper of the Light also shows from the north. Scam will drop. Yokam. He's still chasing, trying to get another Illuminate possibly off, but that's just gonna be it.
And this time they are looking to force that siege in. So with the 2 rotations from the supports, they might be able to get some decent tower damage here too. Yopaj low HP, so if they look to hit a bit. But no, I say that and the TA actually just lets the catapult suicide to the tower immediately right afterwards. I guess he did see the 3 heroes from Boom set up, so doesn't want to poke.
Also, they know that Scam's bottle will be refilled. Yopaj, bottle. Scam died. We'll TP it to mid lane, and let's see where the rune spawns. Region rune for Yopaj. I don't think you can ask for anything better. This increases his farm in such a good way. And this time around, he's going for the Witchblade. A little bit of an adjustment, playing against Templar Assassin to burn through Refraction as well.
I like it. It gives you everything, right? Refraction burner, some armor, good damage, great ways to catch. Also, versus like Coddle, versus Blinding Light can be pretty effective in some instances too. I really like it. I think this has been a...
Because it's True Strike.
Yeah, I think it's been a pretty cool... who was the first one to do it? Was it BZM, I think it was, that I saw at least the first Storm to do it? I think it's a really cool change-up of the build, because, seeing the quad nulls and 5 nulls and stuff like that. We're still going to see like 4 nulls, but... You know, I seeing no items is really just...
Wait, what are you saying? That 4 nulls is not... fun way to play the game right now? Tims?
Of course it is. As in your dream, he's letting himself get pulled, got infest. It will be alright, but they're actually gonna kill the creep, so maybe he's not gonna be okay.
Rage available, not enough damage. Talk to me about the Brewmaster Fogged. Like, if I didn't play Dota for last year, like what are the changes to the Brewmaster?
So now
Explain it to me like I'm 5.
Okay, well, Thunderclap is the same, so you don't need to worry too much about that. Cinderbrew is also the same in the way that it interacts, where it ignites based off of spell damage from yourself or from Urn or from teammates. However, now you have a third ability where it's no longer Drunken Brawler. You can actually toggle between 3 different stances. One stance gives you move speed and evasion, another one gives you magic resistant armor, and the other one gives you, who cares because it's worthless, gives you % crit and crit damage, which nobody ever even goes inside that form because almost never.
Yeah, the other 2 are pretty much better. Just having the magic resistance and also like the move speed when you're trying to run away. It's a lot of clicking for new players out there. It's like, well, what the hell is that? What are these stances?
The thing for me though is, waiting on that in a second, is Yopaj will be able to find Boom Buoy. Do they have the damage? They should have enough with a 3rd rotation to Tims. They get the kill. But now what happens though with your Cinderbrew is you actually ignite yourself. And this is why I'm going to say why the fire stance sucks so much, is because the 2 other stances get tripled when you ignite yourself. So you go from having like 7 armor to 21 or something along those lines. And then you have from, I can't remember exact numbers, like 20% evasion to 60 or something like that. For the fire one, it just increases the chance to crit. Not the crit damage, and it's not triple either. So just...
It's pretty mediocre.
Pretty mediocre, but yeah.
Mediocre / bad.
Yeah. Your hero just gets very tanky, and you're very fast, and you're just a lot stronger. It's a really cool little change-up that happened on Brewmaster.
NGX.SEA this time around having a much better early game, much more even. Last game, Boom was staying, 4 or 5k gold ahead, 12 minutes in. This time around, they are getting the farm, especially on Templar Assassin, 80 CS so far. She also has double damage in a bottle, big stacks being made in the triangle. That's going to be the... Like, they don't even have heroes that can go in and take those stacks. So Templar Assassin should be very safe. They can scout it out, but they don't have the heroes to kill it.
Scam just walks in by himself to get that D-ward. That's pretty nice, but they're going to start working on it. They're even going to keep the Coddle and the Bane over here to ensure that Alacrity is able to get this farm.
And look at positioning from Alacrity, throwing them closer to the south so that he sees any kind of rotation. Yopaj. These heroes are very difficult to kill right now. Their damage output is a bit limited. Yopaj, like, they're going for the steals. Like, they stole 3-4 so far. And big zip. Catching the Bane once again. Can he get any spells off? He got the Nightmare, but that's gonna get removed. And the Storm Spirit, he's still not done. Even Jackie. Yeah, even Jackie shows up. They brought 5 heroes. I said they don't have anything to steal the stacks with, but if you bring 5 heroes, eventually you're gonna get couple.
And they're trying to get more out of it, too. If they could get a kill onto Alacrity, it would be huge, because they could potentially set up for a tower push, and he looks to be pretty dead. The position he's in, they should be able to chase him out. Illusion Rune. Not enough.
Oh, nice bat. That's what you call a nice ice bat.
Nice path.
Storm Spirit was holding onto his pull, just in case, because Jakiro wasn't close enough, and yeah, we're gonna see them coming in and trying to steal some stacks. Yopaj got couple, so
big play from Tims.
Yeah, Tims.
Yeah.
Tims just setting things up. Can't believe they actually brought 5 heroes here.
I'm glad though that you see on the reversal, like Enigma.SEA, they didn't overreact. The DK didn't swing down too much. We didn't see Lifestealer TP over or anything either. They kept themselves in those side lanes. So even though they killed the TA, I feel like Enigma.SEA actually reacted pretty nicely, where it's like, okay, sure, you guys took our stacks, but our Lifestealer's farming, our DK's getting stuff too. So it is what it is. We're still getting stuff out of the map.
I mean, when you make a 5-mana rotation, you know that someone somewhere is gonna get the farm. Jackie's going for a Battle Fury build on Monkey King, so that means that it's gonna take a while until he join fights. He did join that one expedition in a triangle, but yeah, rest of the team is going for it. A very difficult kill to get. Like, they don't have any abilities that go through magic immunity, so that's gonna be a bit difficult for them just to gank the Lifestealer.
Yeah, unless somehow they can get like 4 hits from the Abaddon, it's very unlikely. Or chain stun, which is still difficult. Mizu in the area.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Bane still level 5.
Dire's top tower
It's difficult. It's a difficult game for Bane. Playing into Brewmaster, playing into Jakiro with the Ice Bat, long range disruption, Abaddon.
Monkey King.
King, yeah.
So many things he actually has to worry about. A long-range stun, just millions of different things to scout him. Yeah, it's definitely not easy for the Bane. But we're seeing, I feel like I'm starting to see a little bit more and more of why this Lifestealer pick was there. It's like, look at that bottom situation, right? And most other carry heroes, I feel like, would have had to just ditch the lane. They wouldn't have been able to defend that push. He's able to just hold his ground and stop that push almost by himself with just like one other hero rotating in. Jokam?
Raj going in. FBZ. Ready to use ulti if needed, still half HP. Keeper of the Light will drop. I like how Boom is just playing aggressive, like going into the backlines and not heavily committing. There was still no split being used. Abba will pop an ulti. Let's see how they approach this one. Brewmaster thinking about the split.
Big ice path.
They're still gonna get the kill. In your dream, still chasing, and here's the split. Used on Lifestealer. They're chasing Bane, but seems like that's gonna be it for now.
Okay, I mean, that's pretty big for Enigma.SEA. Arcane Rune on Alacrity, Mizu as well with DK form, hitting tower here. Tims.
And Tims with his ice bats, he's really on point. Jackie Boy's coming in. They have to use Infest on Dragonite just to keep him alive, but it's not gonna be enough. Are they done?
Cooldown.
Oh, that's level 2 Rage, but they did not want to commit. Lifestealer had 10 stick charges, had an armlet, and also a raindrop, but it looked very promising for Enigma.SEA, as you said, and then once again, Tim's coming in with some big plays on this ice path.
Yeah, he's gotten a 2-man ice path earlier, another 2-man earlier, and now he got a 3-man into a 3-man Macro Pyre dual breath to kind of turn it around. And Jackie, of course, we have to point out that big Wukong, which is going to secure his Battle Fury. As now Bane kind of started the game. This poor Bane is just getting picked off over and over again. As we said, impossible game for him, it really does feel like.
FBC going for a bit of a different item build. Usually we see just Urn of Shadows to have a bit more lane presence and have something to ignite people with. But he heavily committed, going for the full Spirit Vessel. Great against Dragonite, great against Lifestealer later on when there's no Rage, just to reduce the heat and yeah, percentage-based damage. Works really well against these tanky heroes.
Yeah, I mean, even versus, like, it's not amazing or anything versus TA, but any little extra, you ignite your Cinder Brew and then the refraction's just gone too. Sure, you can do that with Urn, but Vessel's just gonna make it, like, actually do damage afterwards too. I'm fine with it.
Sure.
And they hurt them in the mid game a little bit when he doesn't have that Aghanim as earlier, but I feel like they have backup of team fight that comes from the Jakiro and the Monkey King that allows him to go for this different route.
Battle Fury is done.
Scam?
he does have ulti. They will proc it. Storm Spirit zipping in on the Lifestealer. Can they? Can they actually? They can. FBC, wow. And once again, Tim's, like, they didn't overlap any of their abilities, and they managed to bring him down, trading position 5 for position 1.
Did you see what cut the tree? What cut Monkey? I thought they were actually gonna miss the kill because Monkey's tree got cut when he was trying to boundless.
Did I see it? Of course I didn't. I'm focused on being the play-by-play caster. What do you mean? I'm just spitting out some words, trying to talk fast.
Very amazing.
It's excellent.
It was very close. I actually thought they were going to miss the kill because of that, but a nice chain stun ends up getting him, and that's a big kill. That's the Lifestealer who's been quietly farming, keeping himself not at the top or anything like that, but just been keeping his map presence the whole time, and now one death, it's going to get him so far behind this Monkey King who's gone Battle Fury. He's already 2,500 gold behind. It's just going to continue to do so. Only 1K lead for Boom, but that was a big moment, it felt like.
At least Templar Assassin is having a really good time. What I like about when you play against like these two heroes, like the core heroes that just heavily rely on dealing physical damage, is your itemization. It's gonna be very easy. Like eventually your carry is gonna get AC, zip again. Oh, never mind. It's a long zip, but we have to watch the replay. Check the tree that you were talking about. They did manage to bring him down, as we said. Heal not coming out. Maybe if the heal connected a bit earlier. And yeah, FBZ suddenly dead.
He's just dead. I guess it was just an overcommitment from Yopaj, and everybody from NGX.SEA was at the ready. So they get FBZ. And your dream still continued to push forward. Okay. The thing is that they do have to slow. The concern for me at the moment is it's still close, and your dream's still farming. I don't know how, like, the matchup for me still feels very difficult for him as a Lifestealer versus a Monkey King as game progresses. Feels like it's gonna get harder and harder, but I feel like they have to slow down Monkey King. Like this Battle Fury, they have to try to find some pickoffs onto him. Otherwise, I just feel he's gonna keep skyrocketing forward. And
it's a big difference between what Lifestealer can do with just Armlet, and he's also going for Heaven's Halberd. What I wanted to say about the itemization on side of Boom is, like, if your offlaner was a different hero, maybe you know, Heaven's Halberd seems like a natural choice. And yeah, as you said, what happened on the replay, Yopaj, big zip, overextended. They wanted to follow it up. Yopaj going in once again. This is going to be an easy pickoff. Seems like Bane has been, you know, the sacrificial one for the team, tanking the ganks and everything. But we still have not seen the Fiend's Grip, I believe.
No, I don't think we will either.
For a reason.
It's going to get canceled instantly anyway, so...
What if you get stats? Like, if you get stats instead of the Fiend's Grip, the value.
The value. Sounds...
Mid lane, dropping low. Can he zip out of it? No, he can't. The overtime damage from the Spirit Vessel and the Dragonite gonna drop him low. One more.
Blinding Light.
Yeah, keeping them alive. Yeah, Blinding Light can push Monkey King out of the Wukong's command, so that's gonna be pretty big. They don't have any other abilities to reposition people out. And Yopaj, I saw him going for Boots of Travel after that Witchblade. He might need to swap things around a little bit, you know. He committed.
He committed. Okay, interesting. I mean, he can be very global on the map. Like, he can, like, be very show up to every single fight, like with the Brewmaster split. You can TP on them too and stuff like that, which is nice. And also, one other thing, just going back to NGX.SEA, is, you know, Jokam, look at his farm. These coddles a lot of the time.
I know you're a big fan of position 4 being super farmed, but
hey,
yeah.
It's important. It's important, especially if your DK is like struggling and stuff like that. Like, look at the itemization he's gonna be. He could actually get this game, right? Like, he's gonna go for Lotus, which is gonna be pretty good to counteract a lot of the, like, the just actually what, like, not really too many of the big things, I guess. But
against Storm, removing the Spirit Vessel, overtime damage from Jakiro. I think it's more about the spell mechanic instead of just having, you know, something that they're really afraid of. Like, oh, I'm gonna static link myself type of a thing.
Yeah, just like it's just the Dispel really versus the Jakiro then, really. Kind of interesting.
Yopaj mid lane. Needs to be careful. Templar Assassin.
Oh my god.
He actually hit him on the range creep. Alacrity having a really good time on Templar Assassin. Pretty even game. Like, first game was one-sided. Boom did stomp him. Let's see in your dreams if he got it off. Oh, but not enough.
the same status resist. I feel like that actually allowed him to get his rage off. I don't think they timed the stuns properly because of it.
If they get the ice pad off, I'm not sure if he dies anyway. I think the damage output is a bit limited and he gets rage off, but maybe. We'll keep it as an option, possibility. Good thing going for Bane is that he found the big boy Philly.
Yep.
Oh, eventually he's gonna farm an item. Right now, just having boots of speed. A Templar Assassin, however, she does have a BKB. Interesting build from Mizu. Going for a Force Staff, yeah, just to push people out of the trouble. I don't mind seeing that.
Even push himself out of the trouble. Like, the thing that killed him 2 times was Wukong's, right? So now he has a way to get out of Wukong's. It's a bit unorthodox, but...
We talked about how they have, like, Blinding Light to push Monkey out of the Wukongs. Like, it's something that possibly can be done, but it's mostly going to be used on himself as a defense mechanism, as we see here.
Almost the Ags on the Brew going to be coming up soon. That's where I feel like it's Boom's going to start just picking every single fight. Like right now I feel like they're a little bit more limited to be able to find it because they are reliant on that Brew ulti to just take the head-on fight. But with 2 of them, it feels like it's going to be easier. But it does feel like NGX.SEA, they're finding their footing. Like Alacrity especially. He's got his BKB. He's got the Desolator done now to almost level 18. He's going to be a problem.
We haven't seen much from the Brew split that you mentioned.
No.
Like, we talked about the control, but these rulings, like, cores from NGX.SEA are extremely tanky. Like, they don't care too much about the damage from the rulings.
I do want to say, though, he did fall a little bit behind, like going for the Vessel and dying. Level 1 split, I think he was waiting to not use it because I think it actually just dies to TA. So I think now that he has level 2 split, he can actually use it a little more reliant to just not dying to the 2 mountains.
Oh, jump. They found Monkey King. There's the grip. Who's going to be the first one TPing? It's going to be the Brewmaster. It's a 5-second TP, but they got him. They can turn this into Roche. They're going to immediately go.
Yeah, that is the biggest pickup they could actually get there. The Monkey King pickup now with the Fiend's Grip too, abandoned nowhere in the area at all. I don't think Boom can react. And now Alacrity with that level 18 Deso picked up, a fresh charge for him on that damage buff, and an Aegis now too. All right.
This is their timing. Having this Dragonite, Lifestealer, Templar Assassin, these heroes are extremely difficult to kill, and them having like Rage and BKB on Templar Assassin, there's no damage coming through the BKB besides Monkey.
They're setting up.
They're not done. Stun, this is gonna be an easy pick-off if they can chain stun him, but they cannot. He gets the ulti off and the Storm Spirit zipping in. Mizu will drop. They try to save him with the Nightmare, but that's not gonna be enough. Lifestealer, where is he? He's showing up. Where is there gonna be any kind of save? Templar Assassin's gonna die. There is a BKB, so he still has it. Brew split, trying to control them. I think Boom needs to back off a little bit. Tim's is gonna drop. Lifestealer, some right clicks, putting in a lot of damage, and Yokam, he's still hiding. Monkey shows up finally, but they pushed him out with the Blinding Light.
Beautiful.
And the disarm on top of that. We talked about that, like, this is the only thing that they got against Wukongs, and they managed to pull it off.
Oh, that was, yeah, it was actually looking a little weird, too. Like, the Lifestealer might actually die there, but yeah, beautiful push out from Blinding Light. And they killed, I mean, that's the Aegis. It dies instantly. A BKB charge also on Alacrity.
I would say that's worth it for Boom. They did lose position 4 and position 3, but they got 2 kills and also took the Aegis.
Yeah, and I think that's what, is that the Brewmaster's Aghanims, I think, now done after that fight? So I think it was right before he was very close to, okay, 400.
He still doesn't have it.
So for next one, he'll have the double split, because in that last fight, if you noticed, the evasion was really kicking in. They couldn't finish him off. He would have been able to get a second split off, and we could have potentially seen a full different turnaround if he had Aghanims there. So that's the next one.
They don't have any heroes that has a silence, so Brewmaster needs to care about stun from Dragonite and Fiend's Grip, and also right-click damage. But as I said, with the evasion, he's gonna feel pretty much okay. FBZ, I see E on this queued up after. He finishes off that Aghanim Scepter, so that's gonna be a guaranteed split in a fight.
Yep, the usual, right? Aghanims, Aeon, Refresher, and then you've got to deal with like 5 lives of Brewmaster that you can't even finish off. So eventually we'll get to that point. But yeah, I think NGX.SEA, they've found their footing pretty nicely in these last few moments after getting that pick off on the Monkey King, getting the Aegis. Now they're starting to feel a little bit more aggressive, even getting into the enemy side of the map, getting some aggressive wards down too.
Interesting build from Templar Assassin. He has Crystallis for now and a full Silver Edge. Maybe he's thinking about killing Abba before he can get anything off. Once he has a Shard, so that's going to be a Silence plus a Break mechanic, and he can also break Monkey.
And Brew. He has 3 different targets that he can actually break pretty nicely. As focusing the Brew, Brew has Ags.
Gets the split off.
Focused. He's Spirit Vessel, so he's dropping fast. And he will die.
Templar Assassin will BKB TP out, but the good Brew split. They're gonna get 2 kills out of this. This 4-staff on Dragonite, it's good. It got him out of the trouble, but you know, it's not a BKB.
No, and he is, at the end of the day, like a core, right? So it's a Cauda absorbing a lot of that farm and taking it away from him, but I mean, this 4-staff might end up hurting him more than helping in these later stages, as in your dream.
He does have a Rage and a TP, so he's like, well, what can you do? What are you gonna do about it? Eventually,
so
someone is gonna get a Basher, and it's gonna be probably Monkey King, because they are gonna get tired of them TPing out. He just used a Rage in Fast, trying to buy a bit more time until Rage cooldown comes off. Nice stun, as you said, from the Centaur. Rage back up in 5 seconds. Can they burst them? Status resistance, the mischance. Rage is back online, and he's gonna live. Armor toggle, he's doing it. My man's doing it. He's at 500 HP. Oh no! The overtime damage actually killed him. Monkey King, he locked onto the Yokam. Let's see what he can do.
Boom, boom boy. Ooh. And Yokam. They need to get... This is getting awkward. Now Mizu getting back in. Jackie's revving up the ult. Alacrity standing in it. They're trying to...
Blinding Light pushes him out one more time. Ooh, and FBZ is gonna get bursted by this Keeper of the Light. Can he get anything off? Scam does use a heal on him. But now Storm Spirit coming in. And he's coming in hot. That's gonna be an easy cleanup, but they're not done. Alacrity does not have a Blink Dagger. Yopaj, Stoing, no! He was Stoing with him, and then he gets splashed. I think that's it. They need to stop chasing now.
Dude, I can't. He overplayed his hand so much. You see him stop canceling the zip. Look, dude, he just gave 1,000 gold to the TA.
He could have zipped to the left side a bit more.
He could have they could have just been happy with the 4 kills that they just got after a crazy team fight kicking off, but tries to push the limit a bit too much, and now I mean, Alacrity is huge. That was a big kill, but Boom ends up with a pretty big win either way at the end of all of it there, with some kiting in with a bit of mistake, I want to say, by In Your Dream. Like that Rage, rather than just TPing out, staying in the area, allowing them to chase him for so long, made it awkward. His whole team had to react to try to bail him out of the situation.
It's one of those where you feel like if you get that off, you're gonna be on Reddit, everyone's gonna see it. Teams will pick you up, you know, the scouts will see what you're actually doing. It's a risky move, but it can work. He's relatively tanky with just Armlet and Heaven's Halberd going for the Scotty next against both Templar Assassin and Monkey. Gonna work really well. And yeah, I talked about the itemization on the Brewmaster, how the value from Heaven's Halberd is gonna be very good, and FBZ is actually going for it. I like it.
Okay,
I
cool.
think it's much better, you know, Refresher's fine, but these Rulings, they're not doing as much damage, and also having that status resistance, having the mischance, so the stuns and potentially a Fiend's Grip is not gonna last as long, so I like that. And also you're playing TA plus Lifestealer, so double the value.
It is literally the best item you can get versus TA 90% of the time, because you know, ranged hero, it's like 5.5 seconds of disarm. It's absolutely insane. It ends up lasting the whole duration of BKB pretty much as when the game gets to the point of those 6-second BKBs. So I can never argue against the Heaven's Halberd versus most range carries. And we will be getting In Your Dream almost having his Scotty finished up too. So that's going to be good for him to stick onto the MK, or even slow down that Storm Spirit in some situations.
Keeper of the Light, in the end, just buying a casual plate mail.
You switched it, okay.
Yeah, there's like not much value from the Lotus Orb besides the spell mechanic, and going for bongo drums instead, so they can't be slowed. Is it 2.5 seconds or 275?
For what, the drums now?
The drums, or is it 170?
I think it's like 1.5. It got nerfed hard, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, you're
upgraded
right.
version.
You're right.
It went from I think 2 to 1.5, but I haven't even seen them purchase too much.
Yeah, it's from 2 to 1.5.
Yep.
Still a good item.
Great versus Brewmaster. Great versus Thunderclap. Great versus like Dual Breath and stuff too, just to bail you out of like, you know, stuck inside of Wukong's or something.
We've seen it 2 times. Blinding Light on a Wukong's command works really, really well. So he needs to either pop a BKB or needs to stand in the middle of it. There is a Silver Edge on Alacrity. The break mechanic. Ooh, and there's the silence. Does he have? He definitely has Mindbreaker. Okay.
Oh, he's got the combo.
Okay.
He can do it himself. He can Silver Edge break the ABBA by himself with silence.
And also has a shard, so that can't possibly be follow-up silence just to be able to burst him. Because you can't, like, if you're broken, you can still manually click it. It doesn't automatically proc, and then if you're silenced, like, you can't do anything. That's always been a thing about ABBA. Very difficult to execute, but if you get to that point, you don't have to care about him getting the spells off, and this hero can't be focused usually.
Yeah. And something we actually did not touch on, this was quite a long time ago, after even the last fight, and as soon as I'm talking about there's a fight that kicks off, Yopaj gets onto Boom Booey. Looks like it's just a pick-off. But they're actually committing in your dream. They're onto the Monkey King, dropping to half HP. Wukong comes out, two of them caught in the center, Alacrity and in your dream, Infest onto Alacrity. Resetting, getting some good melt hits. Jackie Boy dropping low. Yopaj pull onto the TA. Inside the Macropyre, Alacrity, half HP, will be able to get away. In your dream, sticking onto Jakiro and the Abaddon. Half HP onto him now as well. They get the Fiend's Grip onto the
Fiend's Grip on him,
yeah. The Jakiro. And Boom has to just reset. Looks like they're gonna get the split off because of that Sage, I believe. He will be able to reset and get away, but a 1-for-1 exchange for all of that.
I like what Boom is doing in the fights, because they understand, like, we can't just go in and burst any of these tanky heroes. Like, we need to get the BKBs down and then take a fight, so they initiate on the heroes that they can kill, Keeper of the Light and Vayne. And then they reset. Also, Lifestealer had to use Infest relatively early on Templar Assassin just to be able to save her in a fight. And we see the power of the Brewmaster. Like, he doesn't deal damage when he's in split, but he's going for 2 refresher orbs, so he can actually refresh his refresher. Nice, doesn't work, just kidding.
He got level 18 in Cloak of Flames, so he is starting to do a little bit more damage now in the fight, but...
Here, Dragonite stun. They try to burst him, didn't manage to do it, and double damage. Bottled by Yopaj.
Yep. He's got himself a Linken's, and as I was mentioning, something we didn't get to touch on, which I think is really important. Looking at the map, I was looking, I'm like, there's no TA traps almost at all, and it's because, you know, Scam picked up a gem, about like 8 minutes ago or so. So they've been really on top of just clearing out the map vision, making sure that they're the ones who's able to get the initiations most times now.
Also seeing the Templar Assassin in the fight is going to be crucial. Storm Spirit did go for the Aghanim Scepter, so they have like potentially good combo into Wukong's command, that also like Macropyre, Ice Bat, not an easy thing to execute.
That'll be nice though for Wukong's for sure. Especially now that we saw, you know, Wukong's, he has the Scotty finished up on the Monkey King too, so versus like this TA. And even versus, that's why we saw the Lifestealer panic in the last fight actually. It's why he infested him.
Panic.
Yeah, just the straight panic. Scotty slow. Bit too much to deal with sometimes, so definitely something they'll have to watch out for. And DK still doesn't have BKB. I feel like that's going to be really crucial for me in these next few fights. It's like if DK doesn't have BKB, I think the fight's going to be really hard.
He just straight up dies. Like doesn't have a dispel mechanic. Playing into Spirit Vessel, Witchblade, like any kind of damage. Monkey King, like he's super farmed. Massive. He has a full Butterfly, level 23. Once he gets to that level 25, I still want to see a Basher. I think his next item should definitely be it. Just to be able to lock them down during the BKB, because what they've been doing is we're getting a lot from the map just by having the BKBs and also Lifestealer toying with them, and they need to have something for it.
He's so strong right now though with this Butterfly. Wukong
got the disarm on TA. And
jump onto 3. Yopaj, he gets both supports and the DK in the back, almost just instantly killed. 3 of them just died instantly from an Ags pull. That was picture perfect from Yopaj.
That was beautiful. Also, he got the disarm on Templar Assassin that I mentioned. Then Alacrity popped the BKB, still can't attack. This is why Heaven's Halberd is such a great item against the range. Carries Roshan also is there, so that's gonna be Aegis and Shard as well. This is where the game breaks. Like, this is the fight that's gonna decide like who wins the game, and Boom is slowly getting the lead in this one. Storm Spirit will be picking up the Aegis. Jackie Boys seems to be, you know, just the sacrificial one, I would say. Like, even in the previous game, he was having such a good time that, you know, they're like, well, you can't die.
Look at this again. So Jackie Boy, he breaks it, and watch Yopaj's decision of who he goes for. Look at the two supports in the DK. Just look how stacked up they are back there. Ready? He's waiting, waiting, waiting. Boom. Immediately gets onto all three. And they're just dead before they can even do anything. And that's before he even has Shard. So now it's like,
clipped him.
yeah, now he has Shard for the next situation too, so he'll have extra attack speed kicking in, he'll have more of those overload instances too, so they'll die even faster. And yeah, like you mentioned, that's kind of where the game breaks open, that Aghanims pick up from Yopaj, just insta-killing 3. Next fights look like they're going to be a lot more difficult now after they get this. And as we mentioned too, it's like, we didn't really get to see it play out, but this was right when the Monkey King got Butterfly too, so it looked like it was going to be a really difficult fight anyway for Enigma Galaxy.SEA.
Lifestealer is going for MKB, and I also believe Templar Assassin is trying to get one. So you're forcing two heroes to get the items that usually they don't want to buy. I'm not saying it's a bad item, but you're always looking for something else. Yeah, she does have MKB queued up. FBZ's chasing. Man, where are the bashers at? Look at this. Show me Monkey King. I want to see.
Usually they queue it up. Yeah, usually right after like 3 TPs out in front of someone's face. No, he says no. He says, I don't care about the TPs out. We're winning the game even if they're TPing in front of us.
Who can buy it? Like, Jakiro can buy it. If it was, you know, a bit of a different hero, maybe they could. Mizu getting chased. Jackie Boys, he doesn't care. And another zip gets 2.
There's no BKB on this TA.
Because he just used it, so he's gonna drop a Alacrity.
And he's got 100 seconds.
He invested the gold. Oh no. He bought a demon.
Well, like, why is it, the one thing for me is like it's spending the gold. That's bad, but it's his positioning in that fight, stepping up like that. Are they looking to contest the tier 2? That was really weird positioning from TA for me.
This is game-winning move coming out from Boom. Picking off that Templar Assassin. She's like, well, it's a 6-second BKB. I'm gonna TP out. Lifestealer has Rage. They don't have any bashers. Yeah, but you don't have any buildings.
But that's what comes into why we're seeing, you know, why get basher if they just TP out and then not have BKBs. As Yopaj again, pull on to 2, Ice Path to follow. They kill Mizu. Did he ever get BKB on this DK? We're seeing the cleanup onto Jokan, but yeah, it looks like this 4-staff might have actually been really painful for the DK now. A couple times where he just gets brought down from the storm. In your dream now, the next to go. Trying to hold his ground versus this Monkey King, but he is surrounded.
Disarmed. TP out. I think it's time to call it. They are pinging the tier 4 towers, and yeah, Boom, great understanding. If they use their BKBs to try to dodge a fight, we also have heroes that can move around the map quickly. So Jackie Boys initiate from the trees, goes in, and Yopaj with the huge zip still has that Aegis. This Aghanim Scepter did one hell of a work on Storm Spirit, just being able to catch multiple heroes in the back lines, and they're 2 supports. Like, you know that they're gonna need to stand further away.